Hey guys, we're here with Higanbana no Saku Yoru, which I presume means the unforgiving flowers blossom in the dead of night. This is, as you might be able to tell by the title, it's by Hikushiyo7. Well, I mean, coincidentally it ends with me, not, like, it's not part of the When They Cry series. This is one of his other visual novels. I think he's made 4, not counting Rewrite. That's, you know, the 2 When They Cry games. Counting them as 1, not 4. Higanbana and Rose Gun Days? I was planning on doing Rose Gun Days next. But I figured, you know, since I have the letter up, and I started the House of Fata Morgana, which I may put on delay to do this instead. Figured, you know, might as well keep up, you know, the spooky theme. As you can tell by this kind of ominous title screen, like, music. It's more sound than music. It's a collection of short stories, I think. By short, I mean like an hour or 2 long-ish. This is Mesomeso-san, the first one. I have to do them in order. I think there's 7 the first night. I don't know how many are in the second night. Like, they're 2 separate games. So, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, what was that? Story is decidedly a work of fiction. Has no relation to any current individuals, organization, places, or events. Oh, the Umineko sound effect. The wind sound effect. Let me just crank that down to, like, there. And is that a female bathroom, I think? That's messing with volume, so I didn't get the chance to look at it. A man exits the bathroom stall and leaves a lone girl behind him. Oh, this is nostalgic. On the Steam patch of Umineko, they use a different font. So I haven't seen this font in whenever I illustrated Umineko. No, even before that, because when I wasn't playing Umineko with the PS3 patch, that was like episode 1 and the first half of episode 2 for me. That's when I installed the PS3 patch. As for the girl's appearance, if described with the word, it was strange. She wore socks and indoor slippers. If you suppose this is a school, then there's nothing strange about that. On her back, she was wearing a red backpack. If we suppose this is a school, there's nothing strange about that. And she was wearing brown... Well, yeah, usually people wear those underneath their clothes, though. I mean, there's nothing strange about the girl wearing underwear in itself. However, whether to be a girl in her underwear in a bathroom stall, that was strange. Or to wear a backpack while in your underwear, that was strange. For a girl and a man to be alone in a bathroom stall, that was strange. Even if we imagine what kind of unseemly things could have happened here, they couldn't have been described as anything but strange. As the echoes of the man's footsteps began to fade away, the girl remembered she was helplessly forgotten, alone in the former school building. She sank to the floor, and to shed her tears while sobbing. Meso. What? Oh, okay, so... Is that yellow or gold? But what's the going on here? Is this red truth shenanigans again? Wait, maybe it's just in yellow to show that it's different from other text. Presumably. Alright, can I click? Okay. I think unlike Rikushi's other works, this one's more horror oriented. The opening was styled like it was on like a, you know, like a TV. Addition of new elements. Please check the title screen for newly added content. Oh, I assume we can watch the opening where the glossary has been unlocked and is now available. Okay. There are large numbers of students in this school. Girls make up half the crowd. And so, perhaps it's no longer appropriate to keep calling the girl in our story the girl. Also, if we can care into her privacy and dignity to satisfy our own curiosity, then her name can easily be revealed here as well. The girl's name is Mary Moria, and Japanese writing. The volume's really loud. I don't know. I really should have checked, like, in-game. But how's that? A blank-year student in the 8th class. She was a kind-hearted girl who worked as a member of the animal raising committee. Her grades were average. She wasn't strong in any subject. PE was her weakest. Could have been said that she was even somewhat below average. Looking at her background, Maria had assumed many class managerial positions, such as committee member and team leader. Unfortunately, it's not as if she had any ambition to attain them. Rather, others forced the positions onto her. She didn't have the strength to refuse them. There were times when she had thought of saying farewell to her weaker self. Yet, she had been able to change herself by thought alone. No one would have to suffer. And so, without love for herself, Maria headed down into the dark alley called Today. For how long had Maria been forced to do the things she didn't want to do? What kind of shameless deeds were she being forced to do? As for that, there's no need to explain it in detail. The girl did things she didn't want to do and continued being humiliated. That's the simplest way to describe her current circumstances. How do I hide text? Oh, like the background darkened after it showed for a second. Okay, those are faces. And writing. Okay, I see now. How'd she strayed into the sad fate? One might muse about the excuses for why she was so meager and worthless. She had no choice but to live like that. There's no other way. No way to refuse it. That it was always for the best. Nevertheless, these reasons didn't help her situation one bit. Wanting something in order to make up for one weakness is to invite another weakness. Payment to make up for that weakness again results in the search for another something to compensate. Seemed like an antlion pit, spiral of malice without end. Already, many of Marie's weaknesses have been gripped by a man. She couldn't put into words her refusal to do the many shameless things he asked of her. For Marie, she didn't have any friends she could ask for help with this kind of problem. She had family, but there wasn't anyone she could trust if she'd spoken her mind. There were 3 children in the Moria family, but Marie's sisters were far more talented. Since Maria was always on the bottom rung, in just being alive day by day, she had her sisters' superiority and her own incapabilities thrust upon her. Eventually, Maria became servile, so became alone at school and at home. Okay, this is depressing. In her fresh distress, sure to ask for help, she feared she would doubtlessly be compared to the greatness of her sisters and suffer for it. And so, when she was dropped into this antlion pit, Maria couldn't think of anyone in her family to ask for help. To her, what she thought was for the best was constantly backfiring and backfiring. To her, a girl who couldn't refuse joining the animal raising committee when pressed, how could you escape this malicious trap? And so, in other words, this was basically, even though it's very, very pitiful for her, a natural consequence. Why is the toilet flipped over? Marie slowly puts her on her clothes and once again dons her backpack. Well, this way. This is the bathroom. There's a toilet paper roll. She was reminded of the many disgraceful things she was forced to do mere moments ago. Like, hold that guy's hand. It's not an innuendo, like actually hold a hand. And so, for Marie, from the moment she adorned the backpack, she felt as though she was being controlled by that man. Why did it have to turn out like this? This oxygen-deprived air, I idly thought to myself that even if there was a goldfish that could swim in midair, it had no choice but to stick its head in the water to breathe. It was my fault from the very beginning. I went and did something I wasn't supposed to, and Sensei found out and blamed me for it. That's something very, very wrong. And if my classmates found out, there's no mistake I would surely be bullied. So is this just, that Angie, is it Angie or Angie? I'm just gonna keep saying Angie because, you know, that's how you'd say it in English. That one flashback in episode 4, is this just that, but extended, like, by 20 times? By twice? Because that cutscene was 10 hours long. It was that kind of thing. So when Sensei said it was alright to keep it a secret, I felt very grateful to Sensei. No matter what kind of strange things he might have wanted in return. Been bullied for a very long time. For now, I'm happy that I'm no longer being picked on. That's only because my class has found someone else more worthy than bullying than me. So that any kind of compensation would have been easier than returning to being the scapegoat once again. Because the role of the scapegoat was a painful one. And so, from the beginning, I was willing to endure whatever he wanted. Already compared to the sorrow and fear of being bullied in class, listening to Sensei's words weren't hard at all. Aside from calling me after school, it's not like Sensei ever teases me. Instead, he goes so far as to punish the classmates who do tease me. Yes. Even though Sensei forced me to disgrace myself, he was... Okay, I thought so. He was protecting me. But I'll assume he was the guy in the bathroom. And so in return for protecting me, I kinda think it's my duty to give Sensei whatever he wants, and I endure it. Feeling guilty about what Sensei wants is my problem, while Sensei himself is always very satisfied with them, and even compliments me. So I've come to endure it, thinking that what I'm doing is good, but don't know how to stop his desires. The deeds I should have offered up in gratitude to Sensei for protecting me are now becoming an obligation I must perform for him. The occasional after-school relationship gradually began to corrode into other times as well. You can stop the laughing sound effect now. Just play ah ha ha dot laugh. Not this. He'll do things like order me to feign illness so he can take me away during class, or order me to come to school on days off. Till now, school life has always been secondary. Now when Sensei wants me on weekdays and weekends, I must do his bidding. It's exhausting me. Why am I so dedicated to doing these things? These toils that I've come to endure to protect my tranquil school life, to begin to violate that very tranquility. I'm starting to believe they no longer serve their purpose. However, there's no doubt Sensei helped protect me from those bullies. Like today, a bunch of boys who wanted to pull a prank from my textbook were all lined up out in the hall for me. I smacked them with an open palm until they were red all over. When does this take place? Should I assume just the 80s? Like, you know, when the cry is? Or maybe I made them apologize to me. Oh, Yosuken Days takes place in like the 60s, 50s? Sometime around then. So I can't think of Sensei as a bad person. Rather, he's a good teacher who helps protect me from bullies. And so heeding Sensei's desires is the natural way of showing my gratitude for that. On the other hand, feeling uncomfortable means that I'm starting to lose that appreciation. Is Sensei a good person or a bad person? I don't even know that anymore. Just today, I did exactly as he said, ordering me to put on a backpack while in my underwear. Sort of seems as if he wanted to thank him for his day's work. I hurt because I don't feel thankful. If Sensei didn't protect me, I'd probably be bullied in class right now. Compared to that, this is okay. Even though I thought that way, I couldn't stop myself from continuing to cry and sob. Mesomeso. Okay, so that's not a gold, yellow, whatever this time. That's interesting. Also, what does Mesomeso mean? Is that just a sound effect of crying, or? With only the victim's name revealed, the injustice of leaving the culprit's name undisclosed is something only done in newspapers. So here's the name of the man who forced Murray Moria's unreasonable destiny upon her shall be revealed. Oh, this is Sensei, I assume? Oh yeah, it's Rudolph, young Rudolph. Just as divulged in the hero's monologue, this man is Murray's homeroom teacher. His name is Yoshihito Kanamori. Young with a slender figure, even his calm composure, he hadn't lost his humor. There was a popular teacher who many girls longed for. Oh, he's evil. But that was just a matter of his appearance. On the inside, he crushed the meager desires of these girls underfoot, and he had plenty of them. He's the worst. Once set his sights on a sacred position, might have been a virtuous man. But the pressure of the real world dispersed his unrealistic dreams. Before long, coupled with the pressure of work and unrewarding days, he began to embrace an irrational anger. Even though he selfishly devoted himself to his work, no one was grateful to him for it. All he had was his trickling of his own meaningless sweat. Yet there are a lot of people in this world who would stand on his shoulders, sip that delicious sweat. He was already seeing his efforts being rewarded and continued to pile up his hard work. But on the other hand, during times when no one else rewarded him, he had to reward himself. Because if you thought that about his work up until now, this kind of deviation was justified. I like this song. I think I saw Dai's name on this, so that makes sense why I like it. So I began to reinforce his selfish reasoning. That would only be his unconscious rage. If he hadn't found an outlet for that rage in another person, he might have continued to be a noble teacher. But he found that person. Not only that, she was also one of his students. So from that point forward, his life lost its purity. He unmistakably became the worst kind of man. His purpose now, when he came to school, was not to educate the next generations of girls and boys to be the future of society, but to amuse his unrequited self by consciously violating the girl to his heart's content. That was just the starting point Kanamori's conscious sins. He had a weakness. No matter how much he suppressed it, his desire could not be contained from unleashing his pleasure. That pleasure didn't need long to take the guilt away from him. The list of this morning's staff meeting knew no end and went on and on. I don't know where this is going, you know? Complaints from parents about the quality and differences in each class's report cards. Complaints about the harsh rule of not being able to use towels at the school's pool due to the spread of skin disease. Till as recently as last year, there's an insistent and tenaciously repetitious vice principal. Did I say that right? Who put on air. I thought it was reptileless at first when I first saw it. Thought the T was an L. I'm tired. Come on now. But so I was like, wait, what? He's a dinosaur? He's a lizard? During those times, my heart wanted the school day to quickly end so I could call Marie to the usual former school building bathroom. Oh, it's his perspective now, okay. Then I could greatly satisfy my twisted fantasies, and she could become whatever kind of outlet I desired. Pool opening began. The school-appointed dark blue swimsuits became dazzling miracles. I think I'm just about tired of the underwear and backpack combination. Perhaps this time I'll make her wear that backpack with a school swimsuit. No doubt it'll be laughably stupid look for her, just like no one else has ever seen. I made her prepare for it. Even that kind of ridiculous outfit could become a reality the next day. A girl who could never refuse anyone who indulge in my fantasies. To control one girl. With just this kind of criminal conduct, I was able to imagine myself as having reached a complete level beyond anyone else in the staff room. Plenty of different philosophies has questioned how humans could elevate themselves. How could I elevate myself as a human? How could I be at ease without being looked down upon by others? These were things I had worried about in my younger days. But the solution tumbled right under my nose. I control someone and stand above them. By doing only that, I was able to conquer my complex that affects me since childhood. Not only that, I didn't feel like I was being looked down upon. On the contrary, when no students were around, as I immersed in my superiority, I felt over chit-chatting co-workers. But at the same time, it's for those fears that should have completely disappeared. I was aware that some stayed in my mind. For today, tomorrow, and even the day after that, I'll probably continue to do as I please with that girl to my heart's content. Yet, for it to continue into next year, the year after that, even 10 years from now is impossible. Mary Moria, not unlike other students, will soon change schools, graduate. Oh, so is this middle school? The world she surrounds herself with will change. Before I know it, time may come when she'll be beyond my control. That time, it'd be better if we could end it cleanly like an estranged couple's sudden breakup. But expecting that was foolish. What I've come to force Marie to do is a completely excuseless crime. The girl who wants to be released from me always swears that she'll never tell anyone. But that's only while she's under my control and has nowhere to run. If her circumstances change, there's no doubt she'll immediately change that and report me to the police. For instance, how much longer can she remain obedient? People don't submit to the very depths of their souls. Till that day comes when they are released, they can only look to lessen their oppression. Someday, Marie Moria will surely betray me. With that in mind, how could I keep this going for even just one more heart-melting day? When faced with the end of those days, how could they end peacefully? I began to ponder. First thing I thought of was how I could extend my power over her after she graduated. How could I control her forever without betrayal? It's not like our bodies can last forever either. If that's the case, assuming these days have to end, I was thinking about a way to make them end as please don't kill her, as quietly as possible. What resolution would be a clean ending? Since there's no guarantee she'll never betray me, how could I end this so I could trust her not to stab me in the back? After following this chain of logic, the resulting solution was exceedingly simple. Answers overflowing in countless movies, television programs, and the like. Blackmail her, like take pictures of her. So it instantly came to mind. Oh wait, no, don't strangle her. No. Come on now, like, from this point forward in my mind, like blackmailing her, that's already, that's scummy enough as is. So, unknowingly, the idea began to bloom that Marie Moria must be killed. At least for now, the arrow and note thing changed to red. Marie is obedient. Having discord in her domestic environment, and unable to console consult her family. Being a bully child from the beginning, she has no friends to ask for help in class. Therefore, it's while she's obedient that I should put her away. Came to realize I had in the palm of my hand a moist and detestable sweat. Yes, this was the price. Price for the unforgivable sin of violating one girl is the outlet of my desires. But the way to pay that price was through another sin. My pile of sins reached the height of inhumanity. You know, your Kirish's art has really improved. Like, I think it reached like a bearable point come Umineko. Like, even Higurashi's aren't, you know, as bad as people make them out to be. But now, you know, like, what's Sensei's name? His sprite is totally passable. Like, there are plenty of guys that are worse than I am. I think, let's just call her, what's her name? Murray, right? Murray Moria. Her sprite's a bit, you know, less than passable, but it's still, you know, good. Till today, no, even after, and he learned how to draw hands, so, you know, that's a plus. Even after today, I'll continue to devote myself. I'll uphold my noble teaching profession better than anyone else. I'll energetically handle teaching homeroom. As for club and advisement and trouble with parents and the like, if someone complains, I'll handle everything and continue on without reward. After all, if I think of all that I've achieved so far, putting aside a crime to this degree, still can't be considered a bad guy. No, I think you can. This world, the guys who have done well can do as they want. Guys who can't end up always getting used until they drop dead. That's just it. Am I not just teaching the girl who aptly fits my reasoning, Murray Moria, that special lesson? The guys who don't notice can only spend their lives being controlled by someone. It's natural for them to continue being exploited. That's a really, negative outlook on the world. Anyway, Murray is still obedient. I'm always calling her to the old building's restroom unnoticed. Perhaps I could change where we meet. Wonder if there might be a way to ask her to go somewhere unnoticed, where there'd be no evidence. Absolutely, without exposing myself. Find the killer? I'll think it over. I have to come up with a foolproof plan. Hello. It's not as though I have to rush my plan out by today or tomorrow. Because at least for today and the days after, Ray should have no way to escape from my control. What kind of pleasure shall I indulge in today? Again, I allow my mind to fill with perverted fantasies. And until the long speech by the vice principal and the first bell, for a long time, those fantasies continued. Say Mesomeso-san came out. Say they heard it crying Meso-Meso. This is the land of the school's children. As it can only be entered by children, often strange superstitions spread among them. When walking through the halls, I suddenly heard that. Recently, I've heard that name around as if it were a new school ghost. School yokai is just that. Okay, is that the, like the cover girl? It kind of looks like, Lucifer from Umineko. Oh wait, are those tips? How do I view tips? Probably on the opening screen, the title screen. For example, if the science room skeleton starts to dance in the middle of the night, or if someone sees the moving eyes of the music room's Beethoven statue. Schools everywhere have them. Without a better alternative, they're often introduced in school ghost stories. There are also stories like the school's 7 mysteries. I don't really know what kind of yokai make up the 7 mysteries at the school, but at any rate, it seems like I've just heard about them. Looks like the children are talking about a yokai called Mesomeso-san. As its name implies, it seems like it's a yokai that cries Meso-Meso. It's a truly childish and simplistic naming. So I don't really know. When I moved to hurry past them without that thought of how stupid it was, I stopped suddenly in my tracks. So then I heard them say this. Yeah. That Meso-Meso-san, right? Apparently it comes out of the old school building's girls' bathroom. Okay. Then inside that hall, cries cries Meso-Meso. I think it might be someone crying and knock on the door. We'll start to hear it from inside. Meso. You out there, please listen to my pitiful story. Not knowing it, a shiver began to creep up my spine. The Meso-Meso-san the students were talking about wasn't a yokai or anything of the sort, because it might have really existed. In the old school building's restroom, someone had been crying. When someone asked what was wrong, they answered, please listen to my pitiful story. Swallowed hard, not as if needles of ice were driving me to desperation. That wasn't some kind of yokai. Marie. Must have been Marie and Moria. If someone were to see us together there, it might be under some futile suspicion. Like always, after we'd end our school rendezvous, I'd leave first. She would probably leave sometime after. Basically, after I leave, Marie is left alone in the toilet stall. From there, on some off chance a student or someone went and entered the old school building, they went in to hear the girl crying inside the stall. Marie would doubtlessly want to tell them her story. Even so, the student who went there thought it was a yokai and must have run away. That is quite a coincidence, perhaps a miracle. Without knowing it, I've avoided a deadly crisis. That student had thought it was a yokai and lent an ear to Marie's story. There's no doubt that right now I'd be in a jail cell. But even with that miraculous coincidence, I couldn't stop my cold sweat. Right. But they say if you listen to Mesomeso-san, you must not speak to it. Well, if you do speak to Mesomeso-san, you see its true form after opening the door. Or then it gets gruesome. Gruesome? Oh, it's a goat's mouth. They say you'll be dragged into the stall, and after breaking every bone in your body, it'll kill you. So they say, don't speak with it, don't look at it. Scary, scary, scary. Yeah, but people don't normally go to the old building bathrooms. So this is just a good story to get people to go near Mesomeso-san's stall, isn't it? They'd say, better not go there, don't go there. But then obviously they'll go. If Mesomeso-san was really there in that stall, well, that would be scary. Ha 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 ha. Without thinking, I was barely able to contain myself from bursting into laughter while listening to that conversation. Someone who had heard Marie and Moria's cries made a ghost story. Up until that point, this had been a dangerous miscalculation. But I never in my dreams have imagined for them to dance against going near that stall. Advise going. Marie's cries that wanted salvation ironically backfired and drove students away from her. The girls are superstitious. Naturally, they wouldn't imitate this sort of transgression. On the other hand, the boys will really like this idea. However, no matter what kind of reason they might have, the girls' bathroom is such a forbidden place for prepubescent boys that if they were to set foot in it, they'd probably be accosted for it. In other words, Mesomeso-san's ghost story, now more than ever, has driven people away from that bathroom. Now that's probably too optimistic. This is a picture from Umineko. I forget when it's used, but while almost all the students might be scared of the ghost story, the school's just too big. There must be at least one student who isn't afraid. Speaking of that person, if we were to tell the students our secret, I mean my own, there's something I want to look at real quick. Give me a second. I want to just kind of find out the length of Higanbana. Like, this playthrough, it's 2 hours long. Yeah, it looks like Mesomeso-san's about 2 hours long for me too. More or less. Well. Yeah, I was wondering if I could just... Speaking of that person, for her to tell the students our secret, and be my ruin. Let's realize the strain of the situation coming back once again. Told Marie to come to the usual old school building's bathroom after school today as well. And lastly, it might be best if I monitor the situation a bit. Should at least take the time to see what kind of blind spots exist in the halls that cross the old school building's bathroom. I'm really, really discreet. Today should be my farewell rendezvous with Marie. Yet, I stood in my own nature. I intended to make Marie my slave. In reality, I'm becoming hers. Every day is already unbearably painful for me, so forcing Marie to help heal that pain at the end of each day has come to the point where I was unable to resist even a single day without her. Although I make Marie call me her master like a pet, in reality as the one being mastered. For Marie, a day I didn't call for her was probably a day of rest. But for me, because I didn't summon her, I'd suffer that day from a pain that went unhealed. And so, while feeling a present conscience to not invite her to that bathroom, I also held that contradiction that I didn't want to cancel today's invitation. This guy's, really messed up. How will I violate her today? I occupied my thoughts since this morning. If I were to postpone it, there'd be no doubt what happened in my mind. So, aware of the dangers, I called upon Maria again today. Before long, I won't be able to call her up anymore. So I'll absolutely enjoy her to my heart's content. I'll make today last forever. Forever and ever. Oh, that's a nice face. Okay. Marie, I love you. You and your body, and the point of your madness. In love with all of it. Marie. Ah, ha, ha, ha. That's a good stopping point then. I was under the impression this would last a bit over an hour, so I was gonna do it all in one, but if this is like 2 hours long, then I'm gonna call it here. So I'll see you guys next time with some more Higanbana no Saku Yoru Mesomeso-san, first chapter. See you guys then. Bye. Hey guys, we're back with Higanbana no Saku Yoru, better known as Higanbana, translating meaning the unforgiven flower is blossom in the den of night. And before we get started, we're gonna check out the glossary. This is just translator's notes. Mesomeso, like I said, is the sound of someone sobbing, usually after losing their self-respect or having low self-esteem. Often the head hangs limply as the person cries. This is a nice song. In Higanbana no Saku Yoru, Mesomeso is given the Japanese honorific suffix san, which is often comparable to the English Mr., Mrs., or Miss. Others include chan, a childish suffix, kun, a slightly masculine suffix that can also be used by teachers and students regardless of gender, sama, a suffix denoting respect. Yokai. Whether mischievous or malicious, yokai are supernatural demons, ghosts, and monsters from Japanese folklore and horror stories. The term yokai covers a wide range of beings, from ghosts disguised as beautiful women to colossal centipedes. The most common yokai are tengu, long-nosed demons, oni, ogres, kappa, humanoid turtles, kitsune, fox spirits. Though some yokai can be beneficial, like rain spirits, generally they exist to cause humans misery, either through trickery or fear. Okay, there's just 7 mysteries. It's a Japanese concept birthed from the importance of the number 7. 7 days in a week, 7 wonders in the world, 7 deadly sins. This concept became popular in the Edo period of Japanese history, that's 1600 to 1868, with tales of unexplained phenomena that turned into urban legends. These tales usually took place in a single area comprised of 7 phenomena. Shonen became popular in Japanese schools, and 7 school mysteries is a popular concept that has been explored in TV dramas, anime, and manga. Yep. So, let's attend. Load. There we go. Oh, nice. For its Mesomeso main story, even reached Marie's ears. Right, so it's telling of the story of a yokai crying in the bathroom. Mesomeso man saying story has become a hot topic for the rumor-loving girls of Marie's class 8. How creepy. I'll go to the old school building's bathroom toilet, but now I really don't want to use it. But it's scary. Even if I wasn't in the old school building, I heard a knock on a closed stall door. From the inside heard Mesomeso, I'd freak out. What would you do? Let's say you knocked, and it says something like Mesomeso, you there, listen to my pitiful story. No! Ah ha ha ha. In a way. Just by replying like that, it'd probably kill you by crushing every bone in your body, right? No. While listening to this, Maria's feeling sad. Why doesn't anyone listen to the sorrows of the person inside? Maria also realized it. It was probably about her. She didn't remember it well, but earlier, she was forced to do something horrible that she had never done before. It's hard for her, painful. After she had been released, she couldn't hold back the tears. At the time, someone came to the bathroom, informed them to help save her from her terrible sadness. She had a feeling that she had said something like that. And so, like it said that in that ghost story, that someone on the other side of the door ran away. That instant, something became a ghost story. She was also suddenly made out to be a yokai called Mesomeso-san. And if she wanted to be saved by someone, they asked her to hear her story, and be killed by having all the bones of their bodies crushed. So no one would dare ask. It was sad. Having her sole act of courage turned into the work of a yokai by someone's story left her feeling downhearted. But she thought being a yokai might not have been that bad. She didn't know when those nightmarish days would end, or decided in order to become like Ash. Alright, Umineko wind sound effect. I think this played earlier too. Recently, while waiting for the apartment elevator, she looked down below her. Despite being on the 8th floor, she had a pleasant feeling that the vast asphalt had been very soft. No. There's someone without family, school, and a place in the world, who no longer knew what tomorrow would bring. Could the asphalt truly and kindly bring it all to an end? And so she thought. Come on now. Death is just a simple escape. Naturally admitting defeat couldn't settle it. If I do, then at least I want revenge against that teacher who toys with me. Yet at my weakness, what can I do to hurt him? Know that all of what Sensei forces me to do is wrong. Rather than resolve to destroy myself and expose everything, I'll surely take Sensei down with me. Sensei recorded home videos of the many acts he forced me to do for him. And he said if she betrayed him, he'd distribute them. Rather than resolve to ruin myself, I can take Sensei along with me. But after ruining myself, probably even just by being alive, many painful days of shame will await me. Between that kind of horror, my desire for revenge, thought plenty about both results. I can't escape no matter how much I try, I almost left to suicide. Or if there's another way, I don't want to die. Can't have revenge without dying? This reminds me a lot of Jikoku Shoujo. I've watched a few episodes of it. There's a new season airing currently, I think, like the 4th one, I think. There's no way such a convenient method could exist. I've been getting vibes, you know, that kind of vibe since the beginning, but I mean, it's not that rare a setting, so I want to live without any sort of revenge. And a day after school, the appointed time, no choice but to go wait for Sensei at that bathroom. Then I thought, maybe they should become the yokai Mesomeso-san then. Mesomeso-san is a terrifying yokai. It said that it drags its victims all and kills them by crushing all their bones with its horrific power. I could attain that power. But surely, you'd even have my revenge on that man. That man always treats me like chewing gum. He chews, and chews until the flavor is gone. Finally, he spits me out and throws me away. Puts on his clothes, tells me to go home, and he leaves me. But if I had Mesomeso-san's power, then I would also chew. After I ground his bones into dust, I'd spit him out. So, I want to become a yokai and cease being human. Stop being human isn't that much different than killing myself. But it wasn't that I simply wanted to stop being human. There's a big difference because I wanted to be reborn into something else to take my revenge. Lately, I've come to understand that's all that's left for me. School illustrates life. For humans who are bullied in school, even after they enter society, things don't change. They just take on the same role again. While in school, humans who can't break away from the bullies become unable to escape from the rest of their lives. And I'm a human who can't break free. Because even if I were to continue living like this, nothing good would come of it. Whenever I entered society, I'll be captured by another man like Sensei. I'd be fated to return to those days once again, unable to break free. This is really depressing. It's like Yakushio 7, you know, Angie's backstory in Umineko. Everyone was like, that's sad, don't write that again, please. And he was like, you write an entire visual novel based on it? Sure! Well, I understand that much. I don't have the courage to simply choose to. Although, I mean, this is a lot worse than Angie's. After all, becoming a yokai, wanting revenge and the like, those are strange ideas. I couldn't tell if they were positive or negative. I wondered, could I become Mesomeso-san? Could I join the ranks of the school yokai? I was truly the Mesomeso-san that everyone was gossiping about. But I wasn't like that yokai everyone was talking about. Even though I'm Mesomeso-san, how could I really become Mesomeso-san? Marie idly wondered that question. She absentmindedly wasted time in the library while waiting for the appointed time after school. She must have talked to herself in a whisper. Even if there were people listening, their voice must have been too quiet to warrant asking if she had said something. Even so, since that whisper received a reply, Marie couldn't help but be surprised. So you're saying, you're Mesomeso-san? Eh? And it's this girl, I think she likes bowling, and I assume she's kind of the thing that ties all these short stories together. That's just an assumption, of course, but suddenly there's a girl in front of Marie. She's like the title character. Of course, the girl is someone Marie didn't know. Well, her name's not in the title. It's like even the icon for the EXE, it's just, you know, her face. There are more than 10 classes for each grade in this mammoth school. Changes and transfers of students are common. Even if they were in the same grade, there were many children she didn't know. This girl looked very refined. That is to say, extravagant. As if she were at a piano recital, the girl had a pristine and elegant figure. She She looked like a doll wearing a beautiful dress that had turned into a human being. Of course, the same could be said for her face and hair. It was obvious that properly maintaining them must have taken a lot of time. But even the look in her eyes was like a doll's. They were very beautiful, like jewels. Even so, she couldn't sense warm blood flowing through them. Her hair and outfits, among other things, could be complimented for being doll-like. But as for her eyes, saying they were doll-like might not have been a compliment. By the look in this girl's eyes, Maria was left with that kind of impression. Could this girl be in the same grade, or in a grade above? If the girl were an upperclassman, Maria had to watch her language. Because Maria is at least one but know what grade she was in, she looked at the name tag of the girl in front of her. But it couldn't be made out, as if the name tag had been blotted out by the rain. Never mind my name tag. I want to see yours. Show it to me? Eh? Oh, I'm sorry? Maria's arm had hidden her name tag, so the girl hadn't been able to see it. What? They have just name tags on them? Like, it's kind of weird. Like, they're in... I don't know what grade this is. I'm assuming it's middle school, given... Well, I mean, it could be high school, given, college is school, but... I don't know. Since she'd been caught peeking at her name tag, Maria hurried to show her own. Kid from class 8, huh? School has so many students, so I can't really say I'm familiar with that class. Oof, 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 oof. What kind of laugh is that? The girl seemed satisfied to know that Maria was a student in class 8. But for Marie, the girl's name tag goes obscured and she couldn't read it well. Despite the girl's elegant clothing with her school regulation name tag in an unmissable spot, Marie felt a strange humor to it all. Marie strained her eyes as best she could and read only the class. Something was strange about that too. She had read Class B, even though there shouldn't be any classes named alphabetically. The name tag had this school's format. Thinking it would be rude to stare anymore beyond that, Marie stopped looking at her name tag. Marie Moria, Sam. The name of children these days are getting harder to read. Well, they can't beat my name. Call me Higanbana, alright? Oh, she is the title character! Literally! Nice to meet you, Marie. Yes. Very nice to meet you. Girl called Higanbana. Could it be her first name or her last name? We couldn't decide. But as far as talking to her one-on-one, there's no need to call her by her first name. Marie also thought there was probably no need to pointlessly remember that name. And then this girl named Higanbana giggled. Must have been because she saw Marie's doubts about her name. Thinking there's no way she could have said something like that, Marie shivered ever so slightly. Well, about what you just said. Are you Mesomeso-san, or not? Did she say that out loud, or was she thinking it? I think this girl is like a yokai or something. I don't think she's human at the very least. Marie didn't really know what would be the correct reply. After all, because she was the cause of the ghost story, with that in mind, there's no doubt she was Mesomeso-san. But Marie wasn't like the yokai the students were spreading rumors about. So Marie, not knowing how best to respond, has been perplexed for a time. Higanbana giggled while watching Marie's bewilderment. It was as if she understood even without Marie saying a word. There are a lot of children gathered here at a school this big. Did you know? Yokai gather at the hearts of people. So if there's a school with as many students crowding about, then more yokai would gather here than at a normal school. You know, don't you? The school's 7 mysteries. 7 yokai that are recited in the school. Wait, I said last time that Yakushio 7's written 4 visual novels, but I think he actually wrote one. It was a horror one, so like Higanbana, I think, a year or 2 ago. But it had like, modern art, like not by him. 7 yokai that recited in the school. Having 7 seats would have been plenty for a normal school. For the school this big, don't you think there'd be room for more than 7? So there's been talk about increasing the number of seats for yokai in this school. Fittingly, there's been talk about a yokai called Mesomeso-san. I'm searching, thinking what kind of child it could be. But I'm surprised. Now that I finally found it, I think it was a human. I'm, well, not a yokai, that's... But you're Mesomeso-san, right? I don't think it matters that you're human. Among the 7 mysteries, it seems there's also former humans as well. Different, however. As if she were a beautiful doll surrounded by elegant furniture, Higanbana laughed with a giggle. And yet, at the same time, with the eeriness of a doll that shouldn't move, she giggled. Marie certainly wasn't in a dream world, but she knew. There's no doubt that Higanbana wasn't human. She hadn't come to choose a suitable new companion. She had come to choose the new yokai Mesomeso-san. There's no doubt. Higanbana. Are you a yokai? Yeah. Class, I'm called the Dancing Higanbana. Third her into the 7 seats. Once in a while, I'm mentioned by a nurse as well. And all those, for some reason, been left in the infirmary. Have you heard the tale about it dancing alone in the depth of the night? I'm sorry. I don't know that story. Oh, I see. Well, thanks for humoring me. That's the first time Higanbana's expression dimmed as she frowned. It seemed that having Marie not knowing her made Higanbana uncomfortable. Looking at that expression, Marie finally realized that she could talk to her. What kind of person was this girl who introduced herself as one of the 7 mysteries? Well, it was difficult for her to understand. She didn't seem like a bad person. Higanbana, what have you come for? Is it a welcome Mesomeso-san? Is one of you? Marie timidly asked. Even though she was strange and called herself a yokai, her to welcome Marie, and no friends into their fold, surely made Marie feel a little happy. Become one of the yokai, and then ending her life as a human. So, will this yokai called Higanbana kill her outright with a spell? So, there's the obvious question. Is Higanbana real, or is this, a delusion? That's just wishful thinking. Like, it's written by Yakushio 7. It's a natural thing to question. If she didn't even have the courage to take her own life, then the days of being that man's plaything would continue without end. She thought it would be much better to be killed with a spell right there, so she could be welcomed as one of Higanbana's kind. So you're prepared to give up being a human, then? Yes. Higanbana grinned. She evaluated Marie by looking her over from the top of her head to the tips of her toes. And this time, Marie had no doubt. Higanbana had the power to wordlessly read her mind. After thinking it, Higanbana, as if to reply, of course, grinned once again. Well, there's no problem with the will to do it. How suitable. I recommended it at our class meeting that you join us as the 8th rank, as Mesomeso-san. I think it'll probably be easily decided. After all, everyone's pleased with Mesomeso-san. Hoo hoo hoo. Higanbana laughed as if she were in a good mood. But in a blink, even though Marie could still hear her laughter, Higanbana's figure disappeared. With another blink, this time her voice disappeared. With a final blink, her very presence dissipated away. So it happened before she could react. But blinking 3 times? I mean, that... How often do you blink? Like, I don't actually know. Like, I don't know a good number. Like, once a minute? Once every 10 seconds? I don't keep track of my blinking. And now that, I say it, I'm consciously blinking. So that's different from just, subconsciously blinking. Marie frantically searched for Higanbana, but she didn't find her again. But she disappeared. She understood that Higanbana wasn't human. She felt happiness knowing that she had been invited to be a part of that kind of existence. But since she disappeared, there was the terrifying thought that everything that happened just now might have been a daydream. Wanting to wipe that thought from her mind, she searches for Higanbana. I'm saying Higanbana, right? But she can't find her. Because as much as she wants the yokai's form across from her own, she wanted the yokai's form across from her own, she couldn't be seen through human eyes. Was what just happened real? Or could it have been a desired escape in a momentary daydream? I, Marie, will believe in Higanbana's existence. There's no way that this vivid experience just now was an illusion. I'll accept this invitation from the school yokai. By ending my humanity, I finally found a way to escape from my days of suffering. Surely I'll attain the power if I need to take my revenge, let's say, if I rid myself of this human life. But I also understand that cursing someone digs 2 graves. If I'm not prepared to lose everything, I can't have my revenge. The resolution to cease being human. The resolution to throw away all of her life up until now. And when she realized that, there's a spark of emotion in Marie's heart. The eyes kind of remind me of a Daisire, Reinhardt's eyes. Are they Reinhardt's or Trifas? Well, basically the same thing, but I think they're Reinhardt's. They've only showed up twice for me so far. I'm only halfway through. Just finished the 2nd round today, actually. But before she could realize what that emotion was, the needle on the clock signaled that it was time for her to head into the old school building's bathroom. Once again, she was expressionless. turning to an expression paler than Higanbana's doll-like figure. She treads towards the old school building. Wasn't he planning to kill her today? Or... And then... He was planning to do it soon. Wait, but not soon. I actually forget. She wondered what kind of emotion it was that had set her heart on fire. Like, at first he said, you know, he still has time, but, you know, with the Mesomeso-san memory, I don't know. That emotion is named resolution. Perhaps it was determination. She told Higanbana that she was prepared to cease being human. After that, all she could do was wait for Mesomeso's existence to be recognized at the school yokai meeting. Very recognized by them. Might be welcome to live as a yokai in the school. So do they just have like a council, like a round table? Well, I mean, no, she said she was the third on the rank, so it's not a round table. I'll likely lose my life. I'll probably have to go through the rite of passage to end my life as a human. In other words, I'll soon end my human life. That's so, since I have nothing left to lose. Wouldn't it be alright if I could try to just one act of bravery while I've still got my human body? And she's not going to be accepted, right? Marie headed for the old school building's bathroom with her head down. One of those clenched fists of hers showed just a tiny bit of strength. I'll take a drink, sorry. Sensei, I'd like to speak with you. When Marie began to talk like that, Kanamori instinctively knew. This forbidden relationship with her couldn't continue forever. The day will come when it will end somehow. He knew that day had finally arrived, because Marie wanted to end their relationship today. As he heard her awkward tone, before he had finished listening, he understood everything. In spite of knowing that a day like today would eventually arrive, he had thought that it would actually be today. Kanamori was considerably flustered. While he knew that this day would finally arrive, it was clear he hadn't thought of any way to stop it. Are you so sure you want to say that? Even though I have videos of you and I? Are you sure you want someone to see those embarrassing videos? But that's how he talks. I don't want someone to see them. If someone does, then I think Sensei would be in trouble too. Although he had exhausted the utmost cruelty upon her, Kanamori was a teacher who cultivated a large number of students under his observing eye. So, looking at Marie's expression, he was convinced. Marie had the courage to speak the words that would end it. Moreover, while putting it into words, she was gaining more and more courage in what she had to say. This was bad. The more he was trying to calm her down, the more stubborn she would get instead. This really reminds me of Angie and, like, you know, the 7 Sects of Purgatory. They kind of gave her courage, I guess. It's been a long time since I've read it, so, but they gave her, you know, and it's just like this. Although, you know, nothing like this happened, but before Marie, who'd been that shy and submissive, why did she suddenly have this much courage? It couldn't be. Had she told someone and asked for help? That'd be the end of me. The risk of those days leading 2 lives. Should have known the risks more than anyone, but I'd forgotten that riskiness by overindulging in those days of pleasure. I'd presumed that by using a tape as blackmail, I could make her surrender. The recordings of the deeds I forced Marie to do naturally didn't just have meaning as insurance. They were the only thing that satisfied my own base desires. But conveniently, I became control to prevent betrayal from her. Tape recordings of the acts became a threat. One that was useful for Marie's particular stereotype, but those tape recordings that threatened her like a gigantic dominating fortress were quickly negated. The shackles that now held Marie under her control were beginning to fade away from existence. Did you talk to anyone about this or something? No. Still haven't told anyone. If you were to tell someone, since they would, you know, that tape. I don't want that. Oh well. Since they were to destroy those tapes, I wouldn't tell anyone. Kanamori felt slight relief. Marie still hadn't told anyone. My destruction hasn't arrived yet. Still not too late. I can still find another way. Even though Marie is becoming stronger. Those tape recordings were her Achilles' heel. After all, she was using them as an equal condition in exchange for not telling anyone. But even so, could Marie keep her mouth shut forever? It's fine now because she's still afraid of me. It's fine as long as she just thinks that we're on equal ground. But supposing she gets more courage, she's have to turn me into the police. Nothing to protect myself from that. In the blink of an eye, the police would arrest me. They decide that her Achilles' heel, the tapes, wouldn't be distributed. First of all, whenever I threaten her, I always say, oh, Greg has the tapes. How much time will that really buy me? It's pointless. This isn't just as simple as hidden switchblade concealed in her pocket that would bring my ruin with a single strike. Compared to that, Finding the place is far, far simpler. Thankfully, Murray believes that we're on equal ground for now. She realizes the overwhelming difference. I'd quickly be a tiebreaker. In addition to that, none of my efforts can protect me. Basically, that balance is already being torn apart. Just that Marie hasn't noticed yet. Today she could deceive me by pretending to consent to this place. But tonight, she might phone the police. It's too late, because my control no longer reaches Marie. Yes. If she leaves my side, it's over. It's not strange that she's already bearing her fangs. Even so, Marie still hasn't entirely realized her circumstances. What a stupid brat! That kind of thick-headed stupidity was the capacity of this bully child, after all. That kind of stupidity! Seconds to make great work out till now. My prestigious high school, my prestigious university, continuing on as a teacher. Before long, vice principal, and I who would go on to become headmaster, as if she could even follow in my footsteps. Real mindless fury burning in my guts. Anyway, if I don't somehow settle this right here and now, I'll destroy myself before even tomorrow morning. Now, while Marie is in my sight like this, now, while we're alone in this bathroom stall like this, now, while we're alone in this abandoned former school building, must do something. When it comes to that, the answer is too easy. And as soon as I had the answer in my mind, the act was carried out by my hands. Literally, my hands. They're clenching your neck right now. You get it? The rest, strange sight. My vision blurred, and I felt as if I was seeing the world beyond the raging water's surface. It wasn't just my vision. It was my hearing, too. Even my sense of touch. As if under raging water, everything becomes sluggish and muffled. From that river's edge, my hands dug in, crushing Marie's throat. That was probably a memory from my childhood. Memory associated with chasing a carp by the brook with my bare hands. Just what were the dreams I had back then? Saw myself as the Prime Minister? Wanted to be an airline pilot? Some of those dreams turned out like this. Like this. Even though I ran around chasing carp and crawfish by the brook were the best days. The best days of my life. While Marie had convulsions, she intensely stared into space even though nothing was in the air. All she could do was foam and drool from her mouth as she began to hang. That's right. Stopping Marie's breathing. Playing with and killing those carp and crawfish and the like. They all had the same kind of feeling. So basically, living creatures, humans, carp, and even crawfish. In the end, there's not much difference. Coo coo coo. Hee 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 hee. No matter how much I strangled, it didn't happen. In order to crush her core force, give it every ounce of strength in my body. And so, it happened. The resistance of the convulsing Marie, as if all of her anguish had melted away, slowly began to slacken. And in the end, she was exhausted, as if unable to support the weight of her own body. The hands that gripped Marie's neck felt the full weight of her body. Marie no longer moved, but it was obvious she was just pretending to stiffen in my hands. Because, if I were to perchance loosen my grip, quickly let go, she'd naturally abide the laws of gravity and tumble to the ground. Marie, with her back to the wall, using the friction of the wall as if to show one final act of resistance, at last crouched to the ground. It was completely different than falling into a seated position. A person tends to sit so that their clothes don't disarray, but from the way Marie sat, couldn't sense that at all. Her clothes were in disarray, her skirt was immodestly inside out. Not even acting to fix her embarrassed state one bit, they sat Marie. Now the word sat no longer fit, so that Marie had died. Well, I mean, when you can't breathe for a while, you go unconscious for a bit before dying. Although, I think that can cause brain damage, even just losing consciousness due to lack of air, right? Not really too sure on that one. Never strangled anyone. That's what I'd say if I had strangled someone, but I haven't strangled someone. Which is what I'd say now. The sudden realization that he had committed murder began to nauseate him. That wasn't horror in itself, but that wasn't horror in self-repulsion. I mean, so, what's his plan now? Because, I mean, you know, his plan is to get away, live life, but, you know, and he couldn't do that if, you know, she told on it, but his fingerprints are on her neck. It's pretty obvious what happened. As for what it was that. Like vigorously opening a bag of peanuts and spilling the contents all over the carpet, while looking at that horrible spectacle, he seemed to grumble as if to say, how annoying. Yes, particularly gruesome. I already went and killed her. There's no point in regretting it now. That said, I don't need to regret it. Murray's dead. If I'm still living, from now on I can live my life without shame. For that reason, I hide Murray's corpse. But where? How do you hide a corpse? He's at school. Granted, it's the old school building, but there's still gonna be people there. But you could wait until night and try to... Can't think of anything right now. But I can reclaim my composure, be able to think about it as long as I like. Because it's not like I stabbed it with a knife, leaving any traces that stand out. It's already late after school. Students have all disappeared. Since I'm a teacher and I'm busy with my own work, what goes on in the school holds no interest for me. Much less a murder in the old school building bathroom. Because there's no way someone would suspect me of hiding the body somewhere. Ha. Then I finally realized I was taking deep breaths. Probably it seemed like I wasn't as cold-blooded as I thought I was. Relax, there's no need to hurry. Relax, relax. Huh? At that moment, from the far side of the hall, I heard someone's footsteps drawing near. Because of the peculiar way they were walking, it's probably one of the students. What in the old school building at this hour? Even then, what kind of business do they have in this bathroom? That's right. Suddenly, my room with the yokai called Mesomeso-san comes out of this bathroom. Most of the superstitious students won't go near it, but there's also curiosity among them. As much as one might threaten them not to go near a place. Sure enough, there'll be at least one particularly curious guy who will go there. Gotta watch for the kids, you know? This is family friendly. We only talk about, you know, rape and murder. No, it's cursing though. That's out of line. The sounds of those footsteps weren't coming at a brisk pace. I could tell it was someone walking very carefully, slowly, step by step. If I could even tell they were holding their breath, I could even tell. Because I clearly imagined this already. In order to put those rumors of that so-called yokai who comes from the stall, Mesomeso-san to the test. Time for that person seeking to test their courage has finally come. If it is this student, will they come into this bathroom? Riz Corpse and I are in this bathroom stall. The door is closed. So, they enter the bathroom, they instantly know that someone was in the bathroom stall. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. If I chance to see Murray's body, or if someone knows I'm here this time, I'm screwed. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? My whole body bursts into a cold sweat. For myself, who didn't shed a single drop of sweat when killing Murray in cold blood, just a single gutsy student who showed up by chance, that alone drove me into a panic. Even as I was panicking, the steps had steadily drawn closer to the bathroom. Now they had arrived. Tap, tap, tap. Those footsteps stopped at the entrance to the bathroom. Knowing that the stall's door was closed, I gulped. And maybe just saying it was closed, maybe they think it was truly empty. At any rate, in order to confirm that thought, slowly, stepped into the bathroom. Slowly, closer. What should I do? What should I do? I think bathroom stalls in Japan, like, go all the way to the floor. There's one at work in America because, you know, you can just see their feet, or you'd see Murray's body. And usually, some of the doors, they have, like, a little gap you can just peer through, you know? What should I do? What should I do? Slowly. Slowly closer. Closer still. Please. Go back the way you came, please. Go back the way you came. Closer and closer. Closer and closer. Seconds feeling like hours, time froze. Then, a knock. They hit it. They knocked. Just make a Mesomeso sound. Knock was a confirmation if someone was inside or not. If an answer doesn't come from in here, maybe they'll wonder why no one is inside. Climb up to peek from above. Or easier yet, they'd squat down and peek through the hole under the door. Okay, so they do have that in Japan. Okay. What about the body? I mean... Either way, though, I realized the strangers of there being more than one person inside. Then if I don't return the knock... Knock, knock. But if I do that, won't they just be interested that someone's inside? This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. I have no choice but to be seen, to show myself. Dang it. Gotta watch for the kids. But I'll go out that door. And I'll also have to silence the stupid Getsy student and send him after Marie. 2 would be bad, even though 1 might be tough. If I killed 2 more, with no confidence I could get away with it. This parent's friends might even be waiting outside for them to get back. Wah! Scream that couldn't have come from my mouth filled my chest, and my empty mind made me feel as if a firework had sparked in a pure white mist. As if I were no longer myself, but I escaped reality. When faced with a do-or-die situation, bored words even I couldn't imagine spilled from my mouth. Meso. That was Mesomeso-san's line. From the other side of the door, I suddenly heard a primary school girl scream with a hee that took her breath away. Meso-meso, Meso-meso. You there, please listen to my pitiful story. Pitifully. I spoke while imagining as if Mesomeso-san, no, as if Murray had said it. Feebly, with a high pitch. The other side of the door was silent. Perhaps this third-rate performance was not enough? As it... third rate. Okay, uses that line too. As my impatience grew, the silence from the other side of the door was broken. It's here! That was undoubtedly the primary schoolgirl's scream. The words, it's here, were commonly used when encountering a ghost. In other words, this girl who sought to test her courage believed she encountered Mesomeso-san. As if she had forgotten the discussion when she came, the noise of loud footsteps began to head off far in the distance. Wait, what grade is primary school? Hold on. Let me look. Primary school. Is what children primary elementary wait, well, is this elementary school? Dude, that's even more messed up. How old was she? Elementary schools in Japan. That's messed up. Like, I mean, it was already messed up, but it's like here, you know, at the beginning, you know, there's the, you know, sexual innuendo, you know, it was, let's just say this is the top. Then we find out, you know, we think it's like middle school. Then, you know, the whole murder thing came up. It dropped some more. And then the whole elementary school thing came up. And what's next? You can only go down from here. I did it! I did it! The instant I completely exhausted my wild laughter, and the instant I believed my enemy had been repelled, I acted with lightning speed, picked up Mary's body, and I flew out of there. Because soon a crowd might rush into this bathroom. It wasn't just one person testing their courage. Perhaps by losing a game of rock, paper, scissors, she was made to come here as punishment. So if her companion's here, it's here, probably all rush in here at once. While holding Marie, I turned back to the stall. Looking at the seats after getting out of a late-night taxi, wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. It's fine. Nothing. There should be no traces of any kind. Now quick! This place won't be safe for long. Shouldn't you, like, you know, exit the bathroom, make sure the coast is clear, and, you know. Oh, we're going on for 36 minutes? I'll call it there. Next time might be the finale of Mesomeso-san, or there might be one more. So anyway, see you guys next time with some more Higanbana no Saku Yoru ni. See you guys then. Bye.